I graduated with a law degree, but ever since I've gone to the heroin and crack, I've deteriorated.
So the other day I watched a very disturbing video of a Muslim who's a law graduate, and 20 years later he's being interviewed as a drug addict who is now homeless, lives on the streets and begs for his money. He explains what happened and how one bad decision ruined his life and how he ended up where he is.
What's your name?
Azeez,
Okay, and how old are you?
46.
So where are we now?
We're in Brick Lane.
And growing up, how was it?
Well, I was educated. I was studying full time.
Yeah?
And I ended up with drugs when I was about 21.
Okay.
So since then, for about 22 years, I've been on drugs. 23 years. I've been class A. Yeah.
How did you get started with the drug?
I went into a party. It turned out to be a crack house. I didn't know how serious heroin and crack was until I got involved. But then my life went downhill. Well, I graduated with a law degree, but ever since I've gone to the heroin and crack, I've deteriorated.
Now you look at someone like that and think he's probably uneducated, he never had anything going for him, he was a bum at school, like, you know, all the typical stereotypes that you associate with homeless people, right? But then as you listen to him, he sounds like a normal guy. And not only that, you know, he graduated with a law degree, man.
So
We're celebrating my graduation.
Okay.
And it turned out to be a crack house.
Okay.
And that's how I got involved.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because it's very addictive.
Yeah.
It gets you hooked on. It gets you hooked very, very quickly.
Okay.
And if you don't know what it is, if you don't know what it does to people, then you will get hooked.
So, you know, this shows you what substance abuse can do to anyone. And I'm seeing like a trend of well-educated, middle-class young men, Muslim, non-Muslim, like get involved in drugs, like on like a deep level. I'm talking about class A drugs. So where does all of this start from, right? It all starts from just one toke, one spliff, one pill and one needle. That's all it was in the beginning. You know, it could have been just some innocent fun celebrating his graduation, as he said, but then look where it made him end up.
And if you had to go back to that night,
I wouldn't choose it, no. I would not have even gone into that party, bro. It's been the biggest regret of my life.
so is that the one thing you would say in your life you would like to
otherwise
change?
my part, look, everybody in my family and everyone knew that I was going to have something, a bright future. And it turned out to be the other way. I'm a believer in God, and I believe that He writes our destiny, right? I thought that I would be somebody, you know, get a 9 to 5 or a lawyer. That's what I was hoping. And it ended up to be one decision in my life made the whole thing change. You know, it changed the whole thing. Now, I can't go back because I'm thinking about my next hit. It's a very vicious circle.
He now looks back over the last 20 plus years with regret, knowing that he ruined his life. And so nowadays people have made memes and jokes out of the saying, don't do drugs. But the reality is that that statement, it holds so much weight, because had Azeez followed that advice, he wouldn't be where he is right now. You know, addiction isn't a joke, brothers and sisters. Wallahi, it ruins people's lives. So look, let's put that aside for a second, right? Because although yes, Azeez is to blame, and you know, you're ultimately the prisoner of your own choices. But you know who else I blame? The person who exposed him to drugs. The one who served him those drugs, who pushed him to do it, and the one who sold it to him. Because you see, they are to blame for people like Azeez. And what's sad is that some drug dealers today are just thinking about their own pockets and not looking at the consequences of their actions. You know, nowadays we have drill music that glorifies a drug selling lifestyle of a top shotter, youngsters who aspire to be drug dealers. But see, this is the ugly side of drug dealing. Away from the fake glamour, you know, all the stuff that you see in the music videos. This is the ugly side, the lives that are ruined, right? And you know what's funny is that this is the side that you drug dealers don't actually want to hear about. Because you know that if you think about this, you'll start to feel guilty. But you know what? All you want to do is feed your pockets. That's all you want to do. All you want to do is feed your pockets. At the expense of what? The destruction of other people. Now subhanallah, imagine Azeez's mother. She'd be cursing you her whole life, probably praying that Allah takes away all the blessings in your life. And how many mothers are there out there that you as a drug dealer have put their children in turmoil And that's why whenever I meet a brother who's shotting or selling drugs, I'm telling you, they're never ever happy. They're always looking over their shoulder, you know, sleeping with one eye open. They don't have any peace, contentment, and true like tranquility in their life. I've never met anyone like that, honestly. And you know what? For the drug dealers, you have to think, all for what? For what? Why are you doing this? So that you can drive a BMW? Or you can look nice in a Mercedes? Stunt in front of others? Have that hope that others respect you? All the while you destroy other people's lives? Pathetic, man. Wallahi, it's pathetic. And you know what, honestly, I'm going to call it out as it is. A lot of people are like, you know, no, drug dealers, they're desperate. Wallahi, look at this. Look what you're doing, man. Look at Azeez's face. Look at. And you tell me, are you happy going to sleep knowing that you are the cause of that? Because what, you don't want to, you know, get off your ass and work? Come on, man. What is this? What is this? Seriously, what is this? You know, what kind of life is this, man? Don't you reflect? Don't you go to sleep at night thinking, raw, I'm ruining somebody else's life. I'm destroying another individual's existence because I want a nice car? Come on, man. And look, in my opinion, if you don't turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and change your ways, then ultimately speaking, you guys are the biggest losers that exist among us. Because most of you guys, unfortunately, are Muslims as well. And you have some serious questioning coming your way when you stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day you meet Him. Because remember, that day is going to come. That royal appointment with your Creator, whether you like it or not, is coming. And as a brother to a brother, consider this a warning ahead of time. You got time to make things right. The choice is yours, bro. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides us. And brothers and sisters, share this message with someone who aspires to live a lifestyle of a drug dealer. Because what's sad is that there's youngsters that look up to these people. Share this video with them. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.